This segment of Naperville Sports Weekly is brought to you by the Daily Herald.
Well, Rich, first of all, congratulations on you guys getting your first ever state berth as a team. Metea's girls bowling, and it was one that kind of came down to the wire at Freeport last week. Tell us about it a little bit.
Yeah, so we were the last 6 games. In the 6th game, we were in 4th place, and third place in Marengo. They were 110 pins ahead of us, and Rockford-Guilford was only 21 pins behind us. So I'm looking over about 3 lanes to my right, and I see Rockford-Guilford just strike, spare, spare. And I knew that they were going to bowl 1,000, so 1,000 plus. So they were out of the picture, and it was kind of like, I looked over at my assistant coach and said, they're going to get it. She goes, well, what do we have to do? I said, Marengo has to open 5 out of the next 10 frames. They opened 7 out of the next 10, and it opened the door for us. We just kept marking from there. Pretty soon we went from being up 60 pins on them to being up 120 pins on them. And then it came down to our last 2 bowlers. Our number 4 bowler started the 10th frame with an open, a split, and it was like, oh no. Jordan comes up to me, Jordan knew him, she's like, are we gonna make state? And I said, well, maybe. She's like, what do I gotta do? I said, you gotta strike out. She goes, okay. Boom, 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 3 strikes in a row. The girl from Marengo had to strike out, and she went strike and then hit a pocket, and then the 10 pin didn't fall. So then we won, we beat them. So
I would imagine with all the hard work that you guys have put in, and I would think this was a goal for you guys this season. How good did it feel for you as a coach to kind of finally, when you do find out, you get that 4th spot by 5 pins, that you guys are going? What was that moment like for you as a coach?
Well, it made everything this year worth it. You know, it's from day one, from our first competition against Plainfield East, when you guys came out and interviewed me and said, what's the team's goals? And I said, to get to state. And I remember that interview like it was yesterday, because the next thing I know, I'm being interviewed now, and you're like, we're at state. You know, everything that we've done from day one was to get better as a team and get better individually, and now we're there. You know, it was exciting. The girls were exuberant. I mean, it was phenomenal to be a part of. We were waiting on waiting on Belvedere North scores, because they were in 5th place. If they bowled about 1,000, they would have beat us. They announced them as 5th still. We went nuts. So it was awesome. It was a great experience.
Great, and if we kind of look at your guys' body of work this season, I mean, as far as, especially from a dual match standpoint, your guys' only 2 losses on the books, Oswego and Waubonsie, 2 teams that are also going to state. So this has kind of been a journey for you guys where it's just been kind of building and building. What's that been like?
Well, at one point I looked at our in-conference record, and it was like 24-1. And that was before we went against Waubonsie. We did take 1 game from them, which was awesome, but you know, we've been doing really well all year. The body of work, we put ourselves against tough competition all year. We went in the toughest tournaments. We decided to play against Oswego. We decided to roll in Strike Fest. We went to Revis, they had 30 teams. Strike Fest had 40 teams. I mean, we went all out this year. And you know what? It's paying off. And it's just a phenomenal experience. The girls they feel like all the work that they put in, the extra hours, you know, instead of bowling 3 games at every practice, which is what they were bowling this year, girls are bowling 5 games, 6 games. I mean, they want it. They're hungry for it. So.
And at the top of your lineup, Jordan Newham, we've seen her all 3 years. She continues to be solid. What is it about her that makes her such a phenomenal bowler?
She wants it, and she goes above and beyond. Every time that we're done with practice, even though we bowl 6 games, she goes, I'm going to stay here, coach. And she's with her dad out here, and she goes another 5-6 games. When we don't have practice on Sundays, hey, what'd you guys do this weekend? Oh, I caught up on grades, I caught up on this. Jordan, what'd you do? I caught up on schoolwork, and I went to the lanes. Like, she wants it more than anybody. Right now, she's like the only junior that's in the top 5, I think, of all the sectional and results. So she's got a great chance to win it. And, you know, I want her to. She wants it. If she doesn't get it, there's always next year. But, you know, I think she's got a great chance this year.
As someone who's a junior that's done big things on the varsity level, her previous 2 seasons, do you think that kind of helps give coaching advice a little bit of credence that they see their leader, their captain, kind of has put in the work and it's paid off these last couple of years as well?
Yeah, absolutely. When I started in November, I asked the girls, how many of you guys bowl in leagues? Half. And now it seems like how many guys are going to bowl in a league this summer? All of them. All 14, even the JV girls are going to bowl in leagues. They see the growth that she's had. They see the college scholarship opportunities that are coming out now, and they want to be a part of it. I had a girl day one that bowled a 39 and a 25 in tryouts. In the last 2 weeks, she was bowling about a 155 average and even bowled a 187. Like, she was ecstatic when that happened. I mean, when they see her doing well, they want to do well too. They see it as a nucleus. She's the one that's bringing it together. And you know what? She's helping them out too. She's pulling them aside and saying, do this, try this, your release is off. I mean, it's like having a third coach out there. So.
Shannon Jean's also been a solid number 2 for you, especially these last few weeks. But you had mentioned before we started talking here that a little bit of an injury with her hand, and once she got healthy, it's kind of kick-started you guys a little bit.
Yeah, we went through a spot where we were averaging about 925 per game, and then Shannon at conference, she pulled, her thumb got stuck and strained her tendon. They might have even said it might have been a tear. So our 925 per game literally went down to about an 850. And we even bowled one game in the 700s. Like, we wouldn't even made it out of regionals with a 700 game, but she came back 2 days before regionals. She bowled about 1200 at regionals, and she bowled, I think, 1150 something at sectionals. So she's putting that 190 average to work. She's helping us out a ton. So. Who
are some of the other girls that we're going to be seeing in the lineup this weekend in Rockford?
We're going to see another senior, Brianna Grafton. She started off really hot. She went through a low point in the season, which is like most athletes do, and she's turning it back on at the right time. And if you ever see her bowl, she bowls with vigor, with force. She throws it down that lane, pin action everywhere. She's a good bowler. Then we have sophomore Alexis Dahl. She comes from a bowling family, bowling background. Very small girl, but when she hits that pocket, pins go everywhere. She has a great chance to be a very successful bowler, even the next possibly Jordan Newham by the time she's a senior. And then we have a junior Taylor Mansmith, who she's our 5. But all we ask her is to basically bowl 167, 170 average, and at sectionals she bowled a 166.5. That's what we wanted. We also have possibly a junior Kristen Riccardi. Then we have freshman Gianna Mikulak, who's, as a freshman, she's doing great. She's just a little bit nervous as a freshman, but she's going to be very good in this program. And we got another junior, Emily Conradi, she's also an integral part of the program. So.
Now behind you we can see the girls working, and you told me game plan today and really for a lot of this week is picking up stairs. Tell us why that's so important as far as going into Cherry Bowl on Saturday.
Well, the scouting report from Cherry coming from other coaches is it's hard to carry a 10 pin. And like I was telling you before, I like to do my little scouting, I like to do homework. So we're working on 10 pins, we're working on spares. Because we could be great if we hit strikes, but if we can't pick up spares, we're going to lose 10 pins every frame. And those 10 pins will add up, especially since we literally just made it to state by 5 pins. So we got to get pin count, pick up our spares, and hopefully we add another 110 pins, because we've done it. We did 5,700 at Revis, and we're capable of going big 59 if we can, you know, if our girls click. But that extra 110 pins puts us on to Saturday. Right now, I think the 5630 puts us in about 13th place, about 10 pins, 20 pins shy of Saturday. But if we pick up our spares, we'll be there.
Rich, what's your goal for this group going into this weekend? Obviously such a big accomplishment to make it there, but I would imagine now that you guys are there, you want to do a little bit more.
Yeah, you know what, like you said earlier in the interview, is the only 2 losses this year against Wabanzi and Oswego. In a lot of our tournaments, we won one, and we placed about 3rd, 4th in a couple, but we were getting a lot of the underclassmen work in those tournaments. But now it's serious time. Now it's crunch time. And ultimately, our goal is to finish top 5. Can we do it? Absolutely. I've seen the scores, and I know my girls' capability. We can finish top 5. You know, step 1 is making it to Saturday, but step 2 is top 5.
For sure. Well, Rich, we appreciate you giving us some of your time, and good luck this weekend in Rockford.
I appreciate it. Thanks a lot.